Hey everybody, here it's Killing Cash with another it's all about West Africa. Doing this video for one of the YouTubers who had asked me to do a like West Africa one-on-one, maybe, making it a series, whatnot, and giving people some insight on how to travel or even move to West Africa, how to invest, just on an international level and the things you need to do. Now, that's way bigger than this video because when you're talking about Africa, you're talking about 52 countries. Some might even say more with all the division and whatnot that's going on in some of the places and how people want to be their independent state. What's going on, Islam, out there in the Facebook world? Yeah, man, I appreciate you getting those notifications. Want to give a shout out to Obey the King. That's one word. That's where this hat comes from, straight out of Cameroon. He made this for me, and that's what he does. High-end designer, artist, musician. You can check out his YouTube. Beautiful video. I'm not a superstar. And, we were talking about West Africa in the investment. Like I said, someone wanted this video because they want to know, what do they need to start making that move, start making that investment, shipping different things. And so the first thing is to figure out what country you want to go to and why. Don't romanticize Africa like it's all just, one big nirvana. Even when you go to countries, every country, every government in the world is corrupt, has its own issues. And depending on who you are, where you're at, what you studied, what your income is or isn't. You could be a plumber here in the States and not be doing well, but you could go somewhere else and make $1 million or more just because that skill set. So you have to figure out, why do you want to go to this place? Cameroon for us is just where, it's where my wife is from. It's where part of my bloodline goes. And it's just a lot easier to navigate and get things started when you have, already the history, and you have, the elders there to help push some things across. So don't romanticize any place because, the grass is always greener. And I see Obey the King and Craig James just joined. Man, Obey the King and a Craig James feature, that would be something. That would be, something. But, the Obey the King line, you go check out on Facebook and Instagram. It's in the description box. But my whole thing is, how can I teach you and help you navigate? And it really comes on that one-on-one or that classroom setting of, let's figure out who you are and why do you want to go? What are you trying to avoid? Police brutality? Are you trying to avoid taxes? Are you trying to avoid child support? Let me just let you know, if your child support isn't right, you're not going anywhere, because your passport, you can't go anywhere. So make sure you handle your debts and everything here in the country the best of your ability, especially the child support. Some debts, yeah, you can leave and run away and they may never find you, and that's fine. But it's just good to be scot-free, especially when it is your debt. So, going to Africa, the person was like, how much disposable income do I need? It just depends what type of life you want to live. We spent, a majority of the money that we spent was in plane tickets just to get there. You're talking, close to $10,000, for a family of 4 to get there. So if you have a family, you're going to have to be like, wow, either I'm going to have to find some great deals, which there are some great deals that we help people find online, or you're going to have to really save your money just to get there. And then when you get there, what type of land do you want? What type of house do you want? What type of, living lifestyle? We were fortunate to have, a couple of house help, and that helps with the cooking and the kids and the bathing and the washing and whatnot. So daddy was really off like for a month. I was able to relax. I was able to, do my interviews, get up when I needed to get up, because usually, from morning to night, it's all on me to get things going for the kids. But I was able to be off and just kind of relax and not have to worry about that. And I'm sure the kids loved it because they had grandparents and, house help that was just letting them do things that I wouldn't ever let do, So You have to figure out, do you want to, do you want to, do you want that house up in that luxury? Do you want a chauffeur? Do you mind taking the taxi? Do you want to have your own car? If you're going to ship your car to another country, that's thousands of dollars in its own. It's not just shipping it that costs the thousands. It's when it gets there. When it gets there, you might have to do a bribe depending on the country. Some countries are more serious than others. And so, but you might have to do a bribe. And I've heard from our friends who really do import and export, I mean, those bribes go high up to, 15,000, depending on what you're shipping. So just keep that in mind, that you have to, do that. Hey, Obey the King, man, I love this hat, man. I've been rocking it, man. And yeah, I appreciate it. Can't wait for the whole world to start making their orders. These are the Bamenda colors. For y'all don't know, you can check that out. Especially for you who have a bloodline to West Africa, you need to know, something about the tribes and, the different tribes and break that down and get your bloodline done. And then break down what tribe, and you don't have to pay a lot of money for that. Those are also things we teach you. After you get your DNA, what else can you find out about your DNA that's not going to cost you? Some of these places want like $600, and we can find that information out for so much cheaper. I'm talking about, we can show you where you need to pay just a little small fee to get even more of an analyst of your DNA. Yeah, blessings to you, brother, too. So, you just have to, I think the biggest thing in going to West Africa, like in many countries, is have some knowledge. And it's always helpful to have some people who boots on the ground. With all the traveling that I've done, I've been able to keep relationships. So wherever I go, if I go to Belgium or go to London, wherever, that's what makes us a business and a consultancy, because not just one person, but have some knowledge of the country you want to go to, why you're going, and look at the pros and the cons. And always remember, you can leave to go to a country and you can always come back, home. And that's why you want to have your debt straight, so you can come back and you don't have to owe anybody, because even when you're overseas and you're making all that good money, if you're still a citizen of the US, there's still going to be some tax obligations, depending on what you're making. And, the more you make, the more they want to take. But, $90,000 can be tax free. So you might win. It just depends how much you're making. And I think the one thing in Africa is, for many people who can make their money online or get royalty checks or whatever, your quality of life is going to be better, because it's not the hustle, bustle that you're used to. America, we don't sleep. You keep going, It's always another something going on, another venture. But it's not. It's not the hustle bustle. It's relaxation in much of the world. So you're not gonna have to worry about doing those 16-hour days and then going to another job. You're gonna be able to enjoy yourself, and that's just life. You'll be able to pick up a book, and I'm talking about The Art and Science of Respect right now by James Prince. Man, this book was. It's awesome. You guys gotta get that, especially for you entrepreneurs, who want to go abroad, no matter where you're at. What's going on, Emmanuel? I see you. You gotta get that book, because it'll drive you. It'll push you to want to do more. And so get that book. And when you're talking about investing into another country, make sure you do it the right way. Don't try to cut any shorts, because you're gonna get cut at the knees. There's a lot of scamming going on in the world, and you will get caught up if you try to take a shortcut, especially in Africa. Don't ever go to Africa thinking you're about to hustle anybody. It's the king of the hustle. It's the king of the hustle. So you're not going to get over. And it's just easier to do things and go through the 7 steps. Now, I will say this for Cameroon, there's so many good videos for Cameroon on how to set up a bank account. how to set up a business, how to set up different businesses. Emmanuel, who's on the Facebook right now, Emma Top 10, you can check out his channel, and you can see, for Cameroon, the difference between Yaoundé and Douala. And soon he'll do probably one on Limbe, versus Kribi, whatnot, so you can see that for Cameroon. But, Africa is big. South Africa is surely different than Cameroon, but at the end of the day, you still have certain characteristics that are shared, but it's night and day. South Africa is more like a Europe in many places but Cameroon has its spots, and it just, it depends. Semillon is night and day difference from Bastos or Limbe. So it's just where you want to go. So when people say, how much money do you need? Get as much money as you can, because you cannot go to Africa looking for a job. I mean, it wouldn't make sense. The wages that you're going to probably get aren't worth it unless you're, some special skill set person or working for the government. But the money that you're going to need, if you could make 40,000 online, because a lot of you guys are doing MLMs and Forex and all type of different hustles. If you could do 40,000, you could live real sweet in an African country, as long as you're doing the right thing, not trying to scam people yourself, because a lot of that is going on too. So, I think, sending a car over and making sure that when you do send your car over, it's in good condition. It has put a bull bar on it. That's the metal bar in the front. Have some run flat tires, has a shatterproof glass, which you really should have already on your cars, whatnot, here in America, so people can't break into them. Or if you get in a distress situation, you can go, 50 miles on a flat. But have that stuff ready, because in Africa, our car broke down, and it didn't take long for the tow truck to come, just the same way, same thing. But it was, it was, the price is a lot different on what it costs. It was a lot cheaper there. So just keep that in mind when you travel to Africa, and you're going to have your car and you're going to have your house help, and make sure you can maintain that lifestyle that you want, because you don't want to go out to Africa being broke. No one's going to have sympathy for you at all, and check out Dynas Demir's channel on YouTube, and he's about to head off to Nigeria real soon. He might even be at the airport right now. I see him checking in. What's up, Dynas? And check out all these channels. And that's what we do with the lessons. We put you in contact with all these people who are doing great things, and we just expose you to them. And this is all information for free, but you don't know where to start, where to find it. So we help you. So I want you guys to check out that link that's in the description box, the cprfirm.as.me. For those who are on Anchor FM listening, we appreciate the listeners on that, and all the feedback that we're getting. You guys keep asking your questions. We want to keep informing you, keep showing you that the world is a global village, and you deserve a piece of it. And that if you need a side hustle, we can help you with that. You want to write your books, we can help you with that. We can possibly publish it for you, but it has to go through the process, and it has to make sense if we do publish it for you. And you got to be that right person. We're just not publishing every book. The last book we did was the children's book in French, and before that it was for Professor Richardson at Grambling State for his curriculum. It's a curriculum book. So we're kind of selective on how we do it, because we want to make money, and it costs money to put these things in the process. But you can go to Africa, get your royalty checks off one book, and be living like the king that you knew you're supposed to be, the queen that you knew that you always were. And we just help with that. We like to make goals come true. So holler at me, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Be blessed. Be righteous. That's all I am, is pro-righteousness. So make sure to check out the Obey the King Facebook pages, and put in your order. Put in their order. He's getting things set up real nice in a fast way, so you guys can get this type of material, this cultural hats, whatnot. All right, y'all be blessed.